Right, hello. This video comes in various sections. Firstly, sorry I haven't made a video in a while, deal with it. Secondly, this is my just come out of the shower look. I find that I think a lot in the shower. So I suspect this may be a look that will become more prevalent. I don't know if I actually get around to making videos. So first section, this is a video response to a 5 Awesome Girls video. And the reason it's a video response to that is because that video actually talked about something that I've been thinking about quite a lot recently, which is celebrity and how we show who we admire and like, and who we do that to. And actually, it's in my uni work at the moment. I've got to write a monologue for about the self. What I wanted to talk about was how new media has changed the way we view ourselves, and also how we interact with each other and indeed the media. And the reason why this is relevant to the 5 Awesome Girls video is that Hayley was talking about the fact that she kind of felt bad about the attention she gets because it's disproportionate to either the work she gets in or the talent she has. And setting aside whether or not she's talented for a moment, because I think that's a moot point. I think most people already have formed a consensus on that. But so yeah, I don't think she's spoiling that score. But I think the point is that it's not really about that. It's actually about forming the community, and I think it's a very interesting thing that the new media is given place for geeky people. Too many air quotes, I think there. To get together and interact with each other, and it isn't as much about saying, "Oh, you like that person, I also like that person," and talking to each other, as it is about actually, liking the work that that person does. And I think it's important for any community or movement to have kind of figures or icons to centre around and sometimes look up to, sometimes not. But I think what's particularly interesting about this new media movement is, although there are still people who are celebrities, though nowhere near the kind of celebrity impact that the mainstream celebrity has, there's still this really interesting thing of seeing them as a person, because the whole point is not to subscribe to a performer, but to say, do you know what, I think this person is a nice person, a good person, I respect them, and I'd like to follow their work, if you can call it work. And that's something that's very interesting to me. So I think that's the point that I'd like to make, which is why this is a video response. Which kind of leads me on to how we treat figures in the media, which I think is really interesting and really important. And I'd like to talk about that loads, but this video is in danger of becoming pretentious if I do that. So I may do other videos on the subject on my personal channel, because I'm planning to upload this to both my channel and the nfthemovie channel, which leads me neatly onto the second point, which is where the nfthemovie is, because of course the nfthemovie is all about that. And where that is at the moment, sitting on a terabyte hard drive behind this computer unedited, because I am, and the reason I have been making videos is I'm at university, and I've been doing a lot of university work, including writing this monologue, and lots of other things, and that has put me very behind. And basically, I think at the end of the day, for one person to pretty much run and edit a 90-minute movie is almost impossible, and it's certainly impossible by Christmas. So I don't think it's going to be made by Christmas. And what I'm saying is I think we should postpone it till Easter, the actual release date. That said, I would like to have something at Christmas. I'd like to have edited some of it by Christmas. I'd like to get to the point by Christmas where we're getting more attention. We can start to invite people to send in various different things. And one of the things that I would find extremely helpful is if we could set up some sort of system whereby I might put files up online somewhere, and you can download them, edit a scene, and submit it back to me, so that way, so just a few of the scenes are edited without me having to do it, which because it's just such a lot of work, which I wouldn't normally mind, but the fact I'm at university, obviously, uni work has to come first. I think one last thing I want to say before I went is about Stephen Fry, because the reason why we have these figures that we talk about so much, I think, is because it helps us. It's sort of like a clue as to what the person you're talking to is like. One of the first things we ask each other when we first meet is, oh, what music do you like, or what movies do you like? You talk about celebrities, and the reason being is you can get a grasp of the person by what books they like or whatever. But the failure of that system for a long time has been, in John Green's words, the failure to imagine people complexly. So, for example, with the Stephen Fry thing, he said something recently that when you look at what he originally said and his explanation for it, that makes far more sense than the press's explanation for what he said. So, just on a general level, I'm going to agree with Stephen Fry, even leaving aside the fact that I do like him as a person and a performer. He said something that was a little bit controversial, and people kind of angry at him for it. And he didn't really say anything controversial, but so that's a failure. So the first failure of imagining people complex is no one imagined him complexly. They didn't take his comment and actually think about him as a person and think what he meant about it. They took it out of context. So, and we do that with celebrities a lot. I think that's one of the things very different about YouTube and newbie celebrities like Hayley is that although they talk about the fact that people assume that their lives are perfect, this is probably like ages now, they assume that their lives are perfect, they say, they're not ordinary people, and they stress the fact they are ordinary people. I think one of the things that keeps people interested is the very fact that they're ordinary people. And the fact that they're ordinary people is part of the fact that we do want to imagine our celebrities more complexly. We do want to imagine them as people and not just icons. And there was a failure in the mainstream press to do that, and I think that's why new media is becoming so powerful so quickly. And the second point about failure to imagine people complexly is the fact that I like Stephen Fry, even if he had said something atrocious and awful. Would that then impact people's view of me of, oh, you like Stephen Fry, therefore you must believe in those comments which were considered misogynistic, so you must be a misogynist? And that's obviously a slippery slope argument. It's nonsense. The conversations you have are not just about your celebrities, but also about the people you're talking to. The fact that I can also make a video just like they can make a video means that it allows you to imagine me much more complexly, me to imagine you much more complexly. So generally, I guess what I'm saying is I think that Hayley doesn't need to feel so sorry about the attention she gets. I guess it's the long and the short of it. Because I think that attention is more complex and more interesting than it may at first seem.